This hotel once promised something impossible: a cure for cancer. People came here desperate, some people traveling across the country, clinging to the hope that this place could save their lives. But what they didn't know was that the man running it wasn't a doctor at all. And by the time anyone realized the truth, it was already too late. Sitting high in the hills of Arkansas is the Crescent Hotel. At first glance, it looks like any other historic hotel. It was quiet, peaceful, and inviting. But this building has lived many lives. It was a luxury resort, a college, and for a brief period in the 1930s, something much darker. Norman Baker. Before he ever stepped foot in the hotel, Norman Baker was already controversial. He was a radio personality, very charismatic and confident. He claimed he had discovered a cure for cancer, not through surgery or medicine, but through a secret formula. Authorities tried to shut him down. Doctors called him dangerous, but people still believed him. Because when you're desperate, you don't question hope. In 1937, Baker purchased the Crescent Hotel, and almost overnight, it changed. Rooms were converted, equipment was brought in, and the hotel became what he called a hospital. Patients arrived one by one. Some walked in, some were carried, all of them believing they were about to be cured. But there were no real doctors on staff, no proven treatments, just Baker and his promises. His treatment was simple: a mixture of substances that had no real medical value. Patients were often isolated, cut off from outside opinions, and as time passed, their conditions didn't improve. They got worse. But by then, many had already committed everything: their money, their trust, their last chance. Some never left the building, and questions started to grow. Quiet at first, then louder. Beneath the hotel, a basement used as a morgue. Bodies were reportedly kept there, hidden from public view. Years later, when the building was investigated, people claimed to find medical equipment and disturbing remnants of what had taken place. Whatever happened down there was never fully explained. Eventually, the truth caught up to Norman Baker. He was arrested, charged with fraud, and the hospital was shut down. The hotel would go on to reopen, renovated, and restored. But some believe you can't erase what happened inside those walls. Today, the Crescent Hotel still welcomes guests, but not all of them leave with just memories. People report hearing footsteps in empty hallways, voices, but no one is there, and sometimes a figure standing at the end of the corridor, just far enough away that you can't quite make out who it is, watching and waiting. Some say the people who came here looking for help never truly left. So if you ever find yourself checking in, just remember, not everyone who stayed here was able to check out.